Now that we got some indie games out of the way, let's go back to some console games. What's this? Midget Mania. What is... That's porn! That is porn. That is not mine. That is not mine. Let's see what we got. BMX XXX. Now this one's mine. Maybe some other time. Oh! Ugh. Now here's something interesting. Hey You Pikachu on the N64. Let's talk about this one. Pikachu! That was awesome. Can we replay that? I want to listen to that again. No, come on, just once. All right, later. Fine. Okay, fine. Anyway, hey, got a Pokemon game. That's not Pokemon Go. You know, the internet's been obsessed with that, so I figured let's look at a different Pokemon game, and here we are. Hey You Pikachu. Hey You Pikachu is a really unique title for the N64. It's one of the first console games that I'm aware of that requires a microphone to play. The only other mic-related gaming accessory that I can think of is the Konami Laser Scope for the NES, but even then, that wasn't a required piece of hardware to play. You used the microphone to talk to Pikachu. Oh wow, I get to talk to my very own Pikachu? Well, believe me, what we have here ain't no Nintendogs. Interestingly enough, the microphone technology would later be used in Mario Party 6 and integrated into that Nintendo DS. I honestly don't even know how else to ease you guys into what I'm about to show you. I mean, I've literally been sitting here staring at my laptop screen for the last hour or two, just lost in what I want to say. So let's cut the crap and dive right in. The game starts off with you shouting at Pikachu to try to get its attention. And of course, like with any game of this caliber, it takes a bunch of tries to get Pikachu's attention. Frustrating repetition cripples gameplay. I mean, how often have you played an RPG and been like, oh boy, grinding! I can't wait to spend hours just killing the same shit over and over again. That's frustrating repetition. It's not fun. I had to call for it about 6 times before Pikachu figured out where the hell I was. Let this be the first indication of what we're in for. What? Oh, you bastard! Speaking of frustrating repetition, every day that passes by starts and ends the same way. You have to greet Pikachu with a good morning and bid it farewell with a good night. Now this isn't that unusual of a thing to do. You usually say good morning to your dog, your friends, sometimes your neighbor, and you do it because it's being polite and friendly. When you're forced to say good morning to Pikachu to start every single day and end every single night, it becomes unnecessary padding to subtly lengthen the game. Especially with how quickly the in-game days go. I'm not even kidding. You'll start a day in-game, say good morning, go off to do whatever it is you need to do, then 5 to 10 minutes later you'll bid Pikachu a good night, then move on to the next day where you immediately say good morning and do it all again. This time spent greeting and dismissing each in-game day could be used to allow the player more time to, you know, play the game. We get it! You guys made a working microphone for the N64, we're all so super proud of you! Anyway, the game spends a lot of time detailing how to play it. You press B to bring up information about an item on the ground or in Pikachu's possession, words appear in red or words that Pikachu understands, so on and so forth. What's he getting? Oh cool, it's a beach ball. What do you have there, Pikachu? Pika! You son of a bitch. I know this is all practice and whatnot, but I can't help but wish that I could skip this. I mean, Professor Oak tells me what to say, and then a bar appears at the top to tell me the same thing again. Taste it. Ugh, and it doesn't help when the microphone malfunctions. Don't give me that look, you stupid shock rat! Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the red words. Repeating the words in red to Pikachu seems like a no-brainer, but honestly, it's more difficult than it needs to be. You'll find yourself repeating the same things or calling Pikachu over to you so many times that you start to get really annoyed. Treasure. Pikachu. Pikachu. Treasure. Treasure. Thundershock. Pikachu. Pikachu. When the gimmick that the game relies on the most doesn't work the way it should, then maybe the game shouldn't have been developed around the gimmick. Now sure, it could just be that the game is old and the mic may not be working the same way it did, but still, come on. Now that I think about it, maybe the mic isn't working. I'm gonna try a better mic and see if this works. Pikachu. Pikachu. Not better. One of my favorite things about the design of this game is how it portrays cutscene. How do most games do it? It just kind of happens, right? Builds the story up by taking control of your character and the characters around you for a scripted interaction. Hey You Pikachu decides to have a film reel overlay play on either side of the screen to tell you that this is basically a movie and you can't do anything. Not much different from the game. Call it unique or say that it gives the scenes character, I say that it's a stupid aesthetic. Now that we're finally being sent off to play the game, our first task is to help Bulbasaur collect some ingredients for whatever dish he's making. So he gives us each ingredient. Okay, so onion. Okay. Is that it? What's next? What's... Oh, Pikachu was just writing it down. Okay, carrot. And a paper football. Paper football. Paper football! Christ! Finally, okay. Onion, carrot, paper football. Let's go find the... Oh boy. Okay, these controls. I don't know what I expected, but dear lord, it looks like it should work like other N64 FPS games, but it just doesn't. I can't even think of how to explain what's wrong, it just is. Looking away from Pikachu has this rubber band effect. When you stop looking around, you spring right back to Pikachu. It has that stupid 2D styled controls that games like Resident Evil 2 have, where you push up on the joystick to move forward, left and right to slowly turn your body, and down walks you backwards. You can strafe with the C buttons, and it helps, but it's still really clunky. This clunky control becomes a hassle when Pikachu steals your goddamn lunchbox and starts running away from you. You need to catch it to get your lunch back. And as this is happening, you start getting frustrated by the lack of control that you have. It doesn't help that Pikachu starts attacking you with thunderbolts. Oh my god. Every time Pikachu attacks, I start to move more slowly. This leads me to believe that I am slowly being murdered by Pikachu. Oh my god, I actually died. Talk about brutal. No, I'm just kidding. It's all story related. I mean, come on. Nobody actually dies in a Pokemon game. Except, you know, all of these guys. Anyway, remember how I said that the game's days are incredibly short? It doesn't give you enough time to wander around, look for the items, call Pikachu over, look for it himself, pick it up, ask you if it's okay to call Magnemite, wait for Magnemite to leave, then do it all again 2 more times. You'd have to be really lucky to find everything. And the controls the way they are makes for an incredibly frustrating experience. Okay, onion, check. Carrot, check. Paper football, check. Holy hell. You know, this is actually the first time I've completed this minigame. I can't believe how accomplished I feel. And just in the nick of time, too. Let's get back to Bulbasaur. Yeah, Pikachu, eat that shit. And what? Mystery soup? What? Why? There weren't enough ingredients? I didn't know I needed more than one of each. You know, one of the best things about video gaming is feeling involved, but this just doesn't do it. There's no punishment for failing, the game just pushes you along to the next bit. So what's the point of doing well if you're just gonna be railroaded to the next bit anyway? Next up is fishing. Pikachu drags us out to the lake and wants us to watch him fish. When he catches something, you're supposed to tell him to reel it in. You caught a 21-inch Magikarp. No, I didn't. I told Pikachu to do it. Have you ever played a video game and had a friend with you, not really playing, but he or she's telling you what to do? You know, just sitting back, watching you play, instructing you on how to play the game? It's irritating, right? Well, guess what? You're that friend. You're the one who's not actually doing anything. Pikachu's doing all the work. You're just telling him how to do it. Well, let's keep fishing. Yay, fishing. I wish I could cast a line in. It makes me want to fish in Ocarina of Time. That was fun. Oh, look, Pikachu got another thing. Reel it in. Reel it in. Come on! Wait, it got away? Oh, I'm supposed to tell Pikachu to hold on. That's something I probably should have been told before we started, but okay. Another bite. Good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, reel it in. Reel it in. Oh! Yes, Sea King. How did this tiny mouse Pokemon pull in a huge 36-inch Sea King? That Sea King is 3 feet long, and my tiny Pikachu just yanks it out of the water. No big deal. Isn't there a weight issue here? Shouldn't Seaking have pulled tiny-ass Pikachu into the water and had him for a midnight snack? Am I being too grotesque about this? Probably, but that's what happens when you make a boring-ass game about simply talking to a Pokemon. There are 2 other minigames that you play with Pikachu. One has you looking around a flower field for Oddish to sprinkle water on so that they evolve. Easier said than done. It doesn't help that Pikachu keeps taking my watering can when I'm trying to tell him to check to see if it's actually an Oddish. I didn't have the patience to try this one for very long. The other one is a minigame where you're wandering around a set of bridges that lead from island to island trying to find lost Poliwag. Poliwag, whatever. You can find a bunch of them, but you can't wander too far or they walk away from you. You have to keep calling to Pikachu to keep them with you, to keep yourself together, to keep you looking for other Poliwag, to keep you from drowning them all. Sorry. Anyway, so I found 3 of them and I brought them back to Squirtle, who offers to take them back to their mother. But I didn't find them all. Oh well though, Squirtle goes on without the rest of them. See what I mean? You're being tasked to find lost Poliwag, essentially lost Pokemon children, and you didn't find them all. And the game lets you pass. You get points, and it says that Pikachu had a fun time. Pikachu enjoyed helping some children and leaving the rest. You're a monster, Pikachu. And that's it, really. There isn't much else. I mean, what is there left to do? Am I just supposed to keep exploring the same everything? I don't think so. I just don't have the patience to look any further. I cannot play this anymore. I am sorry. Now, I don't think that this is a bad game. Well, no, that's wrong. This game's terrible. What I should have said is I don't think it's a bad concept. I mean, we've seen later games that have gone through the whole idea of talking to a virtual character, like Nintendogs, for example. That was fun. I mean, for all of 2007, but anyway. But this type of game could have been much better than it was. Sure, you could argue that Hey You Pikachu was meant for younger audiences, but considering that Pokemon is still very relevant in most of our adult lives, it's not unfair to think that maybe they could try something new with this concept. Or maybe not. Well, I mean, that's really it. Not much more to say about Hey You Pikachu. I'm gonna go listen to that intro song again. That was badass. I'll catch you guys next time. Hurrah! Down Under. Good lord, it was hot the day we filmed this. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys liked it, consider subscribing to Nekumore. If you haven't seen it yet, I did a video on Undertale. And did you guys like the intro song? I thought it was pretty badass. It was done by Barnaby Oakley of Hung. If you click this annotation, you can go to my favorite song by him right now called Plasma. Anyway, thanks once again for watching the video. I will catch you in the next one. Stay awesome.
Inside